Imagine you're at the house with your kids and you're playing. Maybe you're playing with blocks or maybe you're playing with Legos, but there's no screen in front of y'all and y'all are playing together and laughing and having a good time. Let's talk about the power of play and what 15 minutes of power of play can really make an impact on you, your relationship with your kids, and how it can really transform not only you as a person, as a father, but it can also transform your relationship with your kids as well. And that's what we're all about, transforming and making better relationships with our kids. Dad, screen time over regular time. That is something that I really want to talk to y'all about. One of the things I always do is I spend a lot of time just reading. I love to read. I'm reading books, I read pamphlets, I read stuff online. I'm always reading articles. I very rarely have maybe like screen time. When I say screen time, what I mean is like, I'm not playing a whole bunch of video games. The only time I actually play video games is like when I'm around my kids. And the reason why is I'm just not a big gamer like that. I choose to really invest my time in reading books and trying to become a better parent and trying to pump out amazing content for y'all. And that's what it's something I want to tell y'all about is as think about the time that you spend down at the screen. Maybe you spend the time in front of the TV and you're watching all these different TV shows. Maybe you watch the Kardashians or maybe you're watching boating or something like that. But the time that you can take away from watching those TV shows, what you can actually do is you can take that time to spend time with your kids. And that's something I want y'all to think about as a father. If you took that time away and you multiplied that time and then you use that time to spend time with your kids, what would it look like? How would that impact your relationship with your kids? And I think that's something that we really got to look into because as fathers, sometimes we get lost in watching TV and doing different things like that. Don't get me wrong. I used to watch a lot of TV and sometimes I have to get on my kids because I think a lot of times they just spend so much time on these games and stuff. And that's something I had to talk to their mom about. Like they have phones and they got this Nintendo Switch thing going on. And I had to tell them to cut that stuff off. And that's something I just want y'all to know. Try to value your time as a father and take that time out to spend time with your kids instead of using that time to watch TV. 15 minutes can really build a lot of trust. And what I mean by that is one of the things I always do, and this is not even inside of the house, this is outside the house. I was listening to another gentleman and I was watching this video and he gave a great summary of what he does when he drives in the car. And one of the things this gentleman said was that he always turns off the radio. No radio, no music, nothing in the car when he's in the car with his family, in the car with his wife, or in the car with his kids. And I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. Like, why does he do that? He said, because he wants to focus his time where he has all this time. They're on the road and they're traveling somewhere. And I said, I never really thought about that. 15 to 30 minutes. It could even be an hour on the road with nothing at all to listen to. And what that really does is it makes an impact because you have to spend time talking. There's no radio, there's no music. So you get to develop that relationship over time. And that's not the first time I've heard that story. So what I do right now is I don't even plug in any music or anything. I turn the radio off. Every single time I'm in the car with my kids, it's completely silent. Like, that's how it is. It's just silent because I want them to know that we don't have to listen to music. And I ask them questions and I just have them respond back. That, oh, you can't turn on some music or something? Nope, no music. So I cut off the music and I make them talk because I want them to talk to me. Sometimes we're going to my son's baseball game. Sometimes we're going to my older son's soccer, or sometimes we might be going to the park. But I tell them, y'all better rest assured that daddy is not turning on the radio. No radio, no DVD, no MP3, no iPod, nothing. And that's something I really do because it builds amazing trust with my kids because we get to know one another on a deeper level. We get to connect with one another. We get to kind of see, what is your favorite color? What do you really like to do? Like this way, even like today when I was dropping my kids off at school, I wake them up, got to get them ready. My younger son, he's starting to brush his own teeth. I'm so proud of him because of that. And what I do is when I'm talking to him, hey, we got to get ready. They kind of fall asleep some. My younger son does. My older son, we talk. Okay, like today he was talking about he wanted to go roller skating at school. There's some type of roller skating event. So he needed some money. So I gave him the money and then we talked about roller skating and stuff. Okay, do you want roller skates or rollerblades? No, I want rollerblades, Dad. I was like, okay, cool. So you're going to rent that? Yeah. Do you need some money? Yeah. Okay. And we just talked about it. We had a great conversation, just talk about rollerblading. And that's something I just want y'all to know. Even with laughter, because laughter really builds, it really like lowers the stress level that you have. And what I mean by that is when you laugh with your kids, it's a playful time. It's a wonderful time. It's time for you to get to know one another. It's time to just crack jokes and stuff like that. Like there's this one time, I never will forget, we was in Dallas and I remember it was my son and he was eating a taco or something and then he started laughing and then he farted and we all started laughing because it was just something funny. It's like nobody's stressed out. We're not worrying about money. It was just like we were out of town, just doing something different, like visiting some family. And that's what we did. Like we just have a good time and we just laugh, cracking jokes and stuff like that. And we always just have that because it lowers your stress level as a father. And a lot of times when you play with your kids, it can lead to really like a real good conversation. Maybe you're running around the park with your kids and you get to just talk to them and play with them. Hey, Timmy, run, sit down, get away, do this, do that. And they're going down the slides and they're running around and it really just opens up the conversation. It opens up time for you just to talk as a dad. And I love taking my sons to the park. And that's one of the reasons I like making these videos outside is because it really gives me a chance just to be out in nature. And I really feel like we're having a real honest conversation one-to-one. And be open to your kids and, really try to talk to them. Try to talk to your kids and have them just open up to you. Sometimes they will open up to you after a while because you spent that time and you spent that relationship really trying to get to know them and having that conversation. And sometimes that little short play that you think is short, it could be for 5 minutes, but that 5 minutes could be everything to them. Like my younger son, we went to my older son's, it was his soccer practice, and then my younger son, we were throwing the ball. I do not like baseball. But my younger son, he likes baseball. So then I was like, all right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to get the ball. We're going to throw it. He's like, yeah, Daddy, just throw the ball. It's just like it is at practice. And I'm like, all right. But I threw the ball with him for like 15 minutes. And I do not like it, but I like spending time with my son. Because I always say this. I feel guilty sometimes because I feel like I don't spend enough time with my son. And I see my oldest son more just as a soccer practice and different things like that. So there's different things that we got that going on. So sometimes I do feel guilty about not spending enough time with my younger son. So just those little moments where we threw the baseball and I had the mitt and then I threw it, then he threw the baseball back. I was so happy and proud as a dad to see my son smiling, and he was so happy that I was spending time with him. And he never complains about the amount of time that I spent with him. But me, I'm the one sitting there complaining. I'm complaining about I'm not spending enough time with you, but he's okay. So sometimes I think it's just me, but I'm happy though. I'm so happy because those little short moments, I really feel like it gives me time just to open up to my son, be open and honest. How do you like it? Like I asked him, what do you really want to do? He said, yeah, Dad, when I get older, I think I want to do music. And I was like, okay, so what about now? I'm just going to do baseball now. And then when I get older, I'm going to do music. I was like, okay, cool. I just want to know. I know you're 6 years old, but I kind of like to know what direction we're going in. So then he let me know he wanted to do music. So that little short playtime that we had made a huge impact because I see him playing drums at church. I see him liking music and singing and doing all that. I'm like, this boy need to be doing music. And the memories over money. It's not always about the money. Sometimes it's about these impactful memories that we build because in these little short moments, in this amount of short time that we have, could be short, it could be long, but we build memories. Even like me myself, I got to order this other memory card for my phone because I have like another one where it's a stick. It's like a flash drive, but it connects to the phone. And the thing about it is that when I connect it, I can save it. So I can save all these memories because my phone is getting pretty full, but I got all these different photos and pictures and videos, all these different memories and stuff. So it's not about spending a whole lot of money. Like even us right now, we have this new park that's about to open up near my apartment. And then we're going to start going there and just spending time together. And the reason why is because I just want to go to the park. Really, I think they're going to enjoy it because we snuck in the other day and then we were playing over there and I was like, hey, we got to go. But then we snuck in there just to check it out right before it opened. So I am telling myself something, but I like the park. I think it's going to be nice. So next time my kids are with me, I'm going to take them to that park. But overall, I really want y'all to know the power of 15 minutes of play. And what I want y'all to do, instead of like spending time watching TV and doing all that, spend time with your kids. Spend time with them. Enjoy that time. Enjoy the memories. Because you know what? We can't get the memories back. We can't get the time back. So just spend time with y'all's kids. Enjoy your time. And you know what? Like, share, subscribe. Remember, we're getting this content out. We're getting it out to the people. We're getting it out to all these fathers, kingdom fathers, world. That's what we do. So like, share, subscribe. Peace. I'm out.